Hi folks, hope you've been having a good week this week. I've been reading, as expected, that the government have changed the law very recently, I think maybe this week, to bring in sex education to our children and grandchildren. Schools will have to teach little children that any sex is normal, whether between a boy and a girl, two boys or two girls. At a time when they don't need to be troubled by such issues, the children will be taught what has never been taught before, listen to this, in the entire history of mankind. What about that? Wow. The newspapers have reported that there is a need to investigate paedophilia in Parliament, whilst this very same Parliament, that's those in power, seek to interfere and introduce these teachings to our children. Makes you think, doesn't it? The media has told us what has happened in Rotherham, with over 1,000 children having been raped by groups of Pakistani men, and yet the government seems to see fit to bring in this kind of sex education to our little children. You know, this causes me a problem. Call me old-fashioned if you like, but I came from a generation of Yorkshire folk who protected little children from being sexualised. But now social trends have changed, and what was once considered wrong, in our opinion, is now considered right and normal. My generation took its moral guidance from the Bible, whether we went to church or not. The Bible was our moral yardstick. Now, of course, Christian morality is considered out of date and irrelevant in our world today. Unless I'm mistaken and have been living in a total dream world, the older generation when I was a youngster would be marching through the streets with banners in protest of this kind of thing taking place in our schools. But now, not a peep. Not even the church seems fit to object, except for a few dedicated parachurch organisations, from which I get most of my information. You know, folks, when we look at our country today, dictated to by Europe, swamped by illegal immigrants, even the Scots want to jump ship, who can blame them? Do we ever stop and think that perhaps, just perhaps, we are doing something wrong, and this ship is sailing in very, very dangerous waters? Somehow I can't see any good coming from all this, can you? Child abuse is on the increase in our country, and somehow I think it's going to get worse, especially with young children being sexualised. Also, according to a government document, if parents oppose what their children are taught in school, then the school must challenge the parents. What on earth is this about? What does it mean? And where will it lead to? What if religious parents want to teach their kids different values to these that are about to be taught in school? What will happen to those parents? What about Sunday school? Can they risk teaching biblical values to children anymore? It seems to me that those who hold to biblical views are in danger somehow. What about school teachers who hold religious convictions? How will they get on? I have to question why any sane society would want to sexualise little children. There can be no sound reason for wanting to do so, but some very dark and sinister reason in my opinion. Folks, what is happening to our country? Those of us who are Christians could well be in for a rough ride in the future, in my opinion. I tell you what, why not send me an email and tell me what you think about all this? I'd be very interested to know what you folks out there are thinking. Okay folks, have a very thoughtful week. Enjoy the website. God bless you all. Bye for now.